Meditation, a key to inner peace? Well, not quite. Today we're discussing how this ancient practice may actually be rewiring our brains for better focus, emotional regulation, and even physical health.
Oh, that's an intriguing perspective. Can you elaborate on how meditation affects our brain structure?
Absolutely. So, here's the fascinating thing. Studies have shown that consistent meditation practice can lead to increased gray matter in areas of the brain associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. It's like giving your brain a workout, but instead of lifting weights, you're training your mind to focus and stay present.
Wow, that's incredible. Are there any specific studies you can point to?
Well, there's a particularly interesting study published in the journal Psychiatry Research. It found that just 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation led to measurable changes in brain regions associated with memory, sense of self, empathy, and stress. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. We're literally reshaping our brains through this practice.
That's fascinating. And it's not just about long-term benefits, right? I've heard that even a short meditation session can have immediate effects.
You're absolutely right. It's like hitting a reset button for your mind. Even just a few minutes of meditation can help calm your nervous system, reduce cortisol levels, that's the stress hormone, and help you feel more centered and focused. But, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about meditation is that you need to completely empty your mind of thoughts. That's not really the goal, is it?
That's a great point. So what is the goal if not to clear your mind entirely?
Well, it's more about developing awareness. So when a thought pops up, which it inevitably will, you just acknowledge it and gently guide your attention back to whatever you're focusing on, whether that's your breath, a mantra, or something else. It's like training a puppy. Your mind is going to wander, and that's okay. The practice is in noticing when it wanders and bringing it back without judgment or frustration.
That's such a helpful analogy. It really takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
Exactly. And speaking of pressure, I think another thing that can be intimidating for beginners is the idea that you need to meditate for long periods of time to see any benefits. But that's another myth we can bust right here. Even just a few minutes a day can make a difference. It's more about consistency than duration, especially when you're just starting out.
So if someone wanted to start meditating today, what would be the first step?
Great question. I'd say the first step is to choose a technique that appeals to you. There are so many different types of meditation out there, but for beginners, I often recommend starting with either a guided meditation or a simple breathing meditation. With guided meditation, you're essentially following along with an instructor's voice. This could be through an app, a video, or an audio track. The instructor will lead you through the process, telling you what to focus on, and often providing visualizations or mantras to help keep your mind engaged.
That sounds really helpful, especially for someone who might be feeling a bit lost or unsure about what they should be doing.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of the equation. Now, breathing meditation is a bit different. Here, you're simply focusing your attention on your breath, the sensation of air moving in and out of your body, the rise and fall of your chest or belly. And when your mind inevitably wanders, you just bring your focus back to the breath. It's a very simple technique, but don't let that fool you. It can be quite challenging, especially at first.
I can see how that might be frustrating for beginners. Any tips for dealing with that initial discomfort or restlessness?
Well, first and foremost, be patient with yourself. It's completely normal to feel antsy or impatient when you first start meditating. Your mind isn't used to being still, so it's going to rebel a bit. It's like any other skill, it takes practice. Another tip is to start small. Even just 2 or 3 minutes a day can help you build the habit without feeling overwhelmed.
Those are great suggestions. What about the physical aspects of meditation? Is there a right way to sit or hold your body?
That's a common question. The short answer is no. There's no one right way to position yourself. The most important thing is to be comfortable. For some people, that might mean sitting cross-legged on the floor. For others, it might mean sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. It's generally recommended to have good posture, to keep your spine straight and your body alert. But again, it's about finding what works for you.
That's helpful to know. So, we've covered the basics of how to meditate, but I'm curious about the why. What are some of the specific benefits that people might experience from a regular meditation practice?
Oh, there are so many. We touched on stress reduction earlier, which is probably one of the most well-known benefits. But regular meditation has also been linked to improved focus and concentration, better emotional regulation, reduced anxiety and depression symptoms, and even physical benefits like lower blood pressure. And these aren't just anecdotal benefits. There's scientific research backing this up.
That's incredible. It's amazing how something as simple as sitting and breathing can have such profound effects on our bodies and minds.
It really is. And it's not just about the long-term effects. Even a short meditation session can have immediate benefits. It can help you feel more grounded and centered, improve your mood, and even boost your creativity. Some people report feeling more patient and less reactive after meditating, which can have a positive impact on their relationships and work life.
Wow, that's powerful. It sounds like meditation could be beneficial for just about everyone.
Absolutely. And I think that's why it's become so popular in recent years. People are realizing that taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. Meditation offers a simple, accessible way to do that. It's a tool that's always available to us, no matter where we are or what's going on in our lives.
Well, this has been incredibly informative. Any final words of advice for our listeners who might be interested in starting a meditation practice?
I think the most important thing is to just start. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. There's no such thing as perfect meditation. Just set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Be patient with yourself. And remember that it's called a practice for a reason. It takes time to develop the skill, but the benefits are well worth the effort.
That's great advice. And there are plenty of resources out there to help people get started, right?
Oh, absolutely. There are tons of free guided meditations available online, on YouTube, or through various apps. Some popular meditation apps include Headspace, Calm, and Insight Timer. These can be great for beginners because they provide structure and guidance. And remember, listeners, we'd love to hear about your experiences with meditation. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or a complete beginner, feel free to reach out and share your thoughts or questions.
That's right. Your feedback helps us create content that's truly valuable to our audience.
Well said. And thank you all for tuning in to Gen FM. We hope this discussion has shed some light on the practice of meditation, and maybe even inspired some of you to give it a try. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about taking a moment to breathe, center yourself, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Until next time, take care and happy meditating.
We're Charlie
And Jessica.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Goodbye for now, and we'll see you in our next podcast.